So this one kind of, you know, it just jams on you. Whereas the Bentley, as soon as you touch it, just it's warp factor 3. Hello, Supercars in Seconds here. Two crazy ones today. We have the new Aston Martin DBX SUV. This is in ceramic blue, which is crazy. Then I've got the refreshed 2021 Bentley Bentayga. Both the 8-cylinder cars and really very special. Look at the lights on this one, all lit up. Looks like blooming cut glass in there. It's very beautiful. The daytime running light on this one down here is also a pass-through air curtain that takes air around behind the wheel, and you'll see it go out through the back of the wheel arch there. To unlock and lock each car, when the key's in your pocket, just push on the back here and open it up. When you lock it, just push the back part in. Boom, locks it. On this car, same thing. Put your hand underneath, unlocks the car. When you finish with it, push this little button here and it locks them both up. So two beautiful cars attacking the same problem in slightly different ways. I think the Bentley is more practical with the squarer back end on it. The Aston Martin more sleek, as a lot of Aston Martin cars are. As far as their design, kind of similar. The length is similar, etc. I'll show that now. The weight, a little bit heavier over here, that's here. 4-litre V8 twin turbo producing 542 horsepower, driving all four wheels. 4-litre V8 twin turbo producing 542 horsepower, driving all four wheels. Base price almost exactly the same. So similar size, similar power, exactly the same power actually, but aimed at the same person. But let's look at their two personalities and see which one you might prefer. So behind our big flying bee, there we go. It opens up a long way. Everything's glossy underneath here as well, so beautifully treated. And everything covered up pretty much. It's a 4-litre V8 twin turbo, as I mentioned. Beautiful structure. It's just fab. The turbocharger's getting closer to the manifold in the normal way. And mounted, let's have a look what it is in the frame. Let's have a look. So there's the center of the wheel. It's kind of, most of the engine's actually in front of this front axle. Let's have a look at the Aston Martin. So it's interesting, Aston Martin's logo is also wings. That's kind of cool. So back behind that we have our 4-litre V8 twin turbo again, but now you can see the turbochargers in the V of the engine. It's that Daimler sourced motor, and then up in the hood you have these vents to get some of the heat out of that powertrain. Again, amazing structural aluminum here. The cross strut bar is very cool, and all that heat protection, of course, because these engines create so much power. Again, both motors creating 542 horsepower. So approaching the Bentley, you can do it off the key or from inside, of course, but I'm going to push the big B, the center of that, and it is a button. So I push on that and it'll pop up our huge tailgate here. Everything inside all leather look, just beautiful. Still 2021, so she's still wrapped up pretty much. Even this is leather on top here, very beautiful. The carpeted areas go everywhere. Again, I'm a golfer, the golf clubs fit no problem at all. And then I've got 40, 20, 40 seats up there. When they fold down, they go almost flat. We'll put the one seat down in each car in a minute just to show you the difference. So to close him back down, this is up very high. This is probably 6'8" up right now. And even that's all beautifully finished, look. Picture the car, close him down, and down it goes. So coming across to DBX, if I reach underneath by the tag here, there's a little rubber button. I push on that, and up goes the gate. Very, very impressive. This umbrella's fun. It's leather strapped onto this little rail, look. Again, the same 40, 20, 40. I think the length's about the same from here to there. But again, you're a bit higher up here. You're probably there on the Bentley. Now, whether you put stuff up to the roof very often, I don't think it really matters. It's more of a personal taste thing, you know. Beautiful finish again, all the gloss black, which I can get in carbon fiber on this car. And on this one, I can do a carbon fiber trim, including the great big wing on top. So you can really customize either car very successfully. Closing it back down. I've got the button up here, so I'll push on that. And down she comes. So far as wheels and tires, both fronts are 285 40/22s on both cars. The rear ones are 285s on the Bentley, but they're 325s on the Aston Martin. So a staggered size here and an even matching size all the way around on the Bentley. So far as brakes, you see these huge calipers here on the Aston Martin and a slotted rotor about 16 inches here. Across on the Bentley, no slotting this time, but ventilation in the top, of course, and possibly a bigger caliper, but again about 16 inches. I think the point, similar length, similar width. The Bentley's a bit higher on the rear. They're aimed at the same person, but of course they're different personalities. So let's drive them both back to back and see the different personalities coming. So the key, very beautiful, highly glossy. Just some simple buttons on the other side, but excellent chrome finish on this and a nice weight to it also. As I walk up to the car, if I touch on here, I can lock it with that. Open it up and it swings out very wide. This one has the Name, the very expensive Name audio system. All the Beatles music was actually recorded on Name equipment, so it goes back a very long time. A first edition car for 21 here, so we get that extra stitching there. And this lovely metallized finish throughout the car. It goes all the way across and very, very nice. The leather work, a bit like the other car, goes all the way down to the bottom. Even this part here is leather, no use of cheaper plastics. And then I do have my little thigh extension here on the seat, which will stretch that front part of the seat out for us. Really fun. Up and down, backrest, back and forth. Then you have different adjustments for massage, heating and cooling, as you might expect. So driver's eye view in the Bentayga is very spectacular. I love this use of Google Maps here, which is just fun. Like you can see where we are at the dealership there. This is new for 21 too. This is all metal and very pretty looking up on top of the dash there. Look at that, all glossy and a lovely touch. Still have our organ stops, of course, for the air conditioning that you might be able to hear running there. But yeah, this is a new thing on for 21. When I hit the revs, look, it follows up this zigzag pattern. Look at that, it's really nice. Just a first-class display. Both of them work beautifully. And again, the glossy finish of everything inside a Bentley makes it a very special place to be. Here we got our parking assistance. It will obviously steer itself into parking spaces, either parallel parking or regular spots. So in this sort of ultra-luxury segment, there are quite a few entries now. The Lamborghini Urus, based on a similar frame to this car, of course. The Aston Martin we're reviewing today, along with this one, the new Maybach. The big Audis. There's so many good ones, and they all have slightly different personalities. And that's what we're going to find out now. Is driving the cars, is experimenting to see which one, you know, does feel the best. So taking off onto a faster bit of road here. I'll get this thing straight, and we'll just hit it. It's 60. I mean, these things are faster than you think. It's really interesting what's changed in these big, powerful SUVs is the performance will shock you because of the all-wheel drive, all four wheels, the front one's pulling and the back one's pushing. It really makes them incredibly fast. Okay, so down in the center console, I got this little gauge. I got Sport, Bentley, which is the standard mode, Comfort and Custom, where on the screen I can select and choose. I want the engine aggressive and the suspension soft, things like that. But I'm just going to turn it to the left to Sport. Oh, I did hear the exhaust open up there. You might have caught that on camera. So we're going to take her down now into drive, take her down into good old Batman's corner here, and see how we do. I'm going to come to a stop and then just boot the thing. All right, here we go. Oof. It lifts the nose up. Boy, transmission amazing. It is an automatic, 8-speed automatic. Boy, it's completely flat. Very strange for an SUV. No lean at all. That's that 48-volt system that she has. Oh, gosh, she's powerful. All right, let's try these big brakes out. I'm just going to hit them really hard. So. God, they're just incredible. It does pitch the nose a lot. The back end came up, but really stopped the car well. So I've been using the paddle shifters coming down at very, very high speed. Click it down to third gear, into a hard right-hander. Boy, that suspension's incredible. It doesn't let the vehicle lean, and it's basically an electric system that works with the roll bars to stop the vehicle swaying, and it's very, very impressive. Boy, just touching the gas, it reacts very quick. Doesn't feel turbocharged, even though obviously it is. The response is very, very impressive for such a big, heavy car. So driver's eye view in the Aston Martin, also very beautiful place. Again, the dark night and the ivory leather just very pretty together. The big display, very interchangeable. Down in the center console, I've got a mode up and a mode down button, and I got suspension height and hill climb descent, hazard warning lights, radio power, and lane keep and all that sort of stuff, cameras. If I change the mode to go down here, let's click that. I got G, individual, sport. Let's go sport plus. Oh, actually the vehicle's lowering itself. That's kind of interesting. I can feel it lowering its way down. And now I've got red accents around everything. It looks super cool. We're in Parker, so I'll give her a little rev. And you'll notice that the rev counter goes around the bottom there. Very cool. Beautiful clear nav screen again in a big size. You see the size of it there, about 12 inches there. The stitching is magnificent, always in an Aston Martin. Very cool leather treatments everywhere. Alcantara on the headliner. Look at these. It's really nicely finished. It's a very much a sort of handmade feel to this car inside. The seat is better bolsters on the side, but I think the Bentley seat was softer in the center. So I think that's maybe just body shape. You can tweak it and get comfortable. But immediately this car feels a little bit lower and a bit more sporting. But let's take her out. So again, on a faster bit of road, let's just wake this thing up. 60. Oh, pops and bangs. So the Bentley feels like it has more torque, but this revs out longer. So it's different delivery of the power. I think the Bentley feels faster, even though I think this actually is faster. So it's a weird sensation inside the car. It's much more like a sports car here. Okay, let's take it down into Batman's corner. We have this multi-clutch system, 9-speed automatic. So not dual clutch, but it does work in a straight line. It's kind of an interesting transmission, but changes gear very effectively. All right, here we go. Yeah, there it is. The power builds much harder at the top of the revs. It's powerful. Much more tightly sprung than the Bentley for sure. A little bit of lean though, which the Bentley doesn't have, but still okay. Man, as soon as I touch that gas, she is out of here, man. It's fast. Okay, I'm gonna hit the brakes really, really hard again right now. Ooh. Yeah, this stops better. This stops better. I think it's probably just weight. You know, the Bentley being a little bit taller at the back, it's a heavier truck with the Bentley type of build. But I think they've both kept to their brand's personalities. The Bentley, very much sporting luxury. This thing's a sports car that just happens to take 7 Christmas trees and a set of golf clubs. You know, it's really a great car, dependent on the mood of what you're in, I think. If you use the car every day, either one's fine. If you do more back roads, I think this is more fun. If you carry more stuff, I think the Bentley's probably a better bet. We're taking off again here in the Aston Martin. Really a lot of fun. I'm going to paddle shift it this time. Revs up beautifully. 7,000 red line is impressive. She just goes. Really very responsive cars. And I think that's it. As I said a minute ago, this is the biggest change I've seen in these super powerful big SUVs lately, is they drive like blooming sports cars. The suspension is incredible and really keeps up with such a big heavy weight. Really very impressive vehicles. I think the comparison stands from, let's say, the DB11 to the Bentley Coupe. It's the same things you'd see there is what you see in these SUVs. So piling down here, this thing is very, very powerful. Dips a little bit under braking, but not bad. We'll try third gear here. Oh, it's nice. Boy. Yeah, so I think the conclusion here, the Aston Martin is more sporting. It's lighter on its feet. The transmission seems to react a little bit faster. The Bentley, more brute force. It does feel quicker off the line with that extra torque it has, but not much. You know, this thing builds power better than the Bentley does. So this one kind of, you know, it just jams on you. Whereas the Bentley, as soon as you touch it, just it's warp factor 3. So they're done in a different way, but very similar vehicles. I think I like this car. I think the feedback from the road and its nimble lightness feels more fun to drive. But I see the Bentley as most other Bentleys. They're just big brutes that just never end, and the quality is just fab. So piling down here, this thing is very, very powerful. Dips a little bit under braking, but not bad. We'll try third gear here. Oh, it's nice. Boy. Yeah, so I think the conclusion here, the Aston Martin is more sporting. It's lighter on its feet. The transmission seems to react a little bit faster. The Bentley, more brute force. It does feel quicker off the line with that extra torque it has, but not much. You know, this thing builds power better than the Bentley does. So this one kind of, you know, it just jams on you. Whereas the Bentley, as soon as you touch it, just it's warp factor 3. So they're done in a different way, but very similar vehicles. I think I like this car. I think the feedback from the road and its nimble lightness feels more fun to drive. But I see the Bentley as most other Bentleys. They're just big brutes that just never end, and the quality is just fab. So that's two of the better SUVs on the market today. We have them both here at the Dimmitt Automotive Group, and very, very impressive. I think, let me know in the comments down below which one you'd buy. Would you prefer that big brute of a Bentley, or would you prefer the more sports car feel of this one? That's more of a personal taste thing. This might be actually too firm for some people. It is quite a firm ride, whereas the Bentley's super comfortable with those big air struts. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. If you don't mind, be a part of this with us, please. I've got a link here, down here, a little picture of the orange car will allow you to subscribe. I'm going to put over here my full test I did on the Bentayga previously, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.